Hello everybody, Let's for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new video. So we got a lot of new cards, well, yeah, kind of a decent amount of new cards announced yesterday from Macro, or I think, yeah, MACR, Macro as everybody's calling it, which is Maximum Crisis, as well as also a new card for the, I think, oh yeah, the anniversary pack, the 20th anniversary pack. I was thinking Astro Pack? Like, what? No, it's the anniversary pack. So I would have made this video yesterday, but I was just too busy to be able to. So, guys, I am super happy, and it almost makes up for Konami not giving us the entirety of the Fission Hero archetype. But we're finally getting Sky Magician, which is just awesome, and it's such an awesome card, and it's just awesome. So much awesome. I am so happy. Like, this will be the thumbnail. I don't care. This is like the coolest thing ever. Okay, if you've been like actually watching the anime and following it, because they kept hinting at what Sky Magician does throughout the entire series, and then we finally got the duel, or at least the first half of the duel with Yusho and the last in last week's episode, and the conclusion in this week's episode, which I still have not seen, but somebody spoiled about the resolution, so I'm not too happy about that, and not too happy about the results of the duel. But anyways, so Sky Magician, this thing is like the coolest thing ever. Okay, like that's just like, it's so cool, and I can't stop saying cool. Somebody count how many times I say cool in this video or something. I don't know, but anyways, this is Performapal Sky Magician. So he counts as both a Performapal and a Magician monster, which is really cool. There I go saying cool again. God dang it. Level 7 Wind Spellcaster type effect monster. 2500 attack, 2000 defense. I think that kind of goes hand in hand with it being the ace monster of Yusho. So the second effect of him, you can only use once per turn. So even if you have multiples of them out, you can't use all of them. It's a blanket once per turn. But once per turn, if you activate a spell card, this card gains 300 attack. I love it how it's blanket for any spell card. So, oh hey, Regeki, 300 more attack. Now, this may not seem like much, but it does get up pretty quickly. Even if you activate like a quick play or something, it will count. So if you activate a spell card during your opponent's turn and during your turn, that's 600 more attack. It becomes 3100. It can get up pretty high, pretty quick. Heck, I was playing around with it on YgoPro, and I got to like 5,000 because I just kept stalling to see how high I could get it up. So the second effect is during each player's turn, you can target one continuous spell card you control. Return it to the hand. Then you can activate one Magician continuous spell card from your hand. So that is kind of sort of playing with these spell cards that we will get to here shortly, and it's really interesting. See, I'm trying to avoid the word. It's really interesting because basically, okay, you use that spell card's effect, and then you activate his effect, bouncing it back to your hand, and you just activate the spell card again. Or your opponent tries to destroy it, and then you just go, okay, no, I'm going to bounce it, and then do it again. It's really interesting and pretty cool, for lack of a better word. I'm going to try not to use that word for the rest of this video, use it too much. And it's just a really interesting and good effect. And then finally, third effect, if this face-up card leaves the field, you can target one card on the field to destroy it. I kind of wish it didn't target, but I can make do with this. This combos really well with the next card. And also, of course, if your opponent just destroys it, or compulses it, or castells it, you're going to be getting the effect. It doesn't matter how he leaves the field. If he leaves the field, pop a card. I love it. It's really awesome. Just let's move on before I just start like gushing about how cool it is. There, the last time you hear the word cool for this video. So next up is Performapal Sky Pupil. I think this is supposed to be like a representation of Yuya. It kind of makes sense. It does kind of look like Yuya, but not really. And a face. Yeah, the face kind of looks like Yuya. So level 3 light spellcaster type effect monster. Kind of weird how he and the next one are light, but the actual boss monster is wind. I don't know why, but that's kind of interesting. So he's level 3, 800 attack, 800 defense. You can only use the first effect of Performapal Sky Pupil once per turn. During each player's turn, you can return one level 5 or higher Performapal monster you control to the hand. Special summon this card. That does trigger Sky Magician's effect, which is really awesome. And just can lead to some all sorts of crazy combos and stuff. If this card battles an opponent's monster, that monster's effect is negated until the end of the damage step. So he can like attack and negate stuff like Beals and stuff. And the reason why I bring up Beals is because of his dirt effect. If you control another Performapal monster and this card attacks an opponent's monster before the damage calculation, destroy that monster. So if you attack into something that normally can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, and of course its first effect will trigger, negating that monster's effects, and then, oh hey, it also destroys the monster. Now the sad thing is, this only triggers if it attacks. It doesn't trigger if it's being attacked, which is very, very annoying, because then you gotta worry about your opponent attacking into it for a bunch of damage, which can lead to some, obviously, you know, like just regretful decisions, I suppose I should say. So yeah, I really like this card. It's pretty awesome. Next up is Review Dancer, level 3 light spellcaster type effect monster, 800 attack, 800 defense. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can spell some discard from your hand. Really nice Cyber Dragon effect. And then this card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a Performapal monster. Now a lot of people are probably going to go, oh, but why do we have that when we can just pendulum summon Sky Magician? Well, the thing is that Yusho does not have pendulums. I don't think... I'm honestly surprised he wasn't, like, dumbfounded when he first saw a pendulum summon, but oh well. So he doesn't have pendulums. And so Yusho's Performapals are all about these standard effect monsters. And actually, he even uses Peril Trio, well, or at least he summons them to kind of just show off the kind of like the real 3D altered reality stuff. I don't know why, but anyways, so Peril Trio actually works very well in Yusho's like nothing but effect monster Performapal deck. That being said, though, funnily enough, Performapals don't have very many scale 8s, so you gotta like use the magicians and stuff with them, which would be interesting. I haven't tried out magicians with it yet, but this is really nice. It just helps get out Sky Magician, and so very, very nice effect, very, very nice abilities. That's basically the same thing. I just really like this card overall. Nice artwork too. New waifu, I guess. I don't know. I get a feeling that she's going to be censored over here, which will suck, but oh well. Going to skip the DDD stuff for now and just go straight down to Magician stuff, and then we'll go back to the DDD stuff. So next up is Magician's Encore for the continuous spell card. First continuous spell card. Another thing about Yusho is that he uses a lot of continuous spell cards, and this is one of them, and it's pretty good. So during your main phase, you can target one level 3 or lower spellcaster type monster in graveyard, special summon that monster. This effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field, but that doesn't matter because you'll just bounce it with Sky Magician and get the effect again. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one Magician continuous spell card from your deck to your hand except itself. So you can search out any Magician spell card, continuous spell card from your deck to your hand, which is really, really, really good. And actually because of this and how well the Magician spell cards work with Dark Magician, a lot of people are thinking about using this with Dark Magician. Heck, you can use this to bring back Rod or Robes or any of the other level 3 ones. And heck, if you really wanted to try to, you could probably make a Performapal Dark Magician deck, which would be very, very interesting. I kind of want to try that now. But I do like this card a lot. It helps out. Next up is Magician's Left Hand. This is the kind of sort of not as great one as a lot of people are kind of like dictating it as. Continuous spell card. Once per turn, when a trap effect activated by your opponent resolves while you control a spellcaster type monster, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy it. So just negate any trap card once per turn. And then Magician's Right Hand, continuous spell card. Once per turn, when a spell effect activated by your opponent resolves while you control a spellcaster type monster, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy it. So it goes for both of these. This is obviously the better one because generally speaking, you're going to want to negate more spells than traps. Also, in the current formats, there's not many traps running around, which isn't really all that great. So obviously, generally speaking, you're going to play less of left hand than you are going to be playing right hand unless we get into a slower format. Like, if this came out in hat format, I can guarantee you more people would be playing left hand than right hand because it's just how many trap cards there were played in that format. But however, they both are pretty good, and I like them both a lot. Obviously, the effect is mandatory, which really sucks because your opponent is able to bait it out. But if you have Sky Magician, after they bait it out, you can just use Sky Magician's effect to bounce it back to your hand and then activate it again and get the effect a second time. Another thing I want to point out is that there is no reason you should activate multiple copies of this, of either of these, because they will all trigger to the same card on the first activation. Because, again, they are mandatory, which really, really, really sucks. But still, really good cards, and I like them a lot. And so, yeah, we just got the DDD stuff to talk about on this page. So one new DDD effect monster for the main deck, DD Ghost. Level 2 Dark Fiend type tuner effect monster, 600 attack, 300 defense. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Dark Contract card or DD monster in your graveyard, except itself. Send one card of the same name as that target from your deck to the grave. And then if it is banished, you can target one of your banished Dark Contracts or DD monsters, except itself, return it to the graveyard. So, I really like both of these effects. You're able to get your graveyard filled with your green slimes, your necro slimes, your lamias. I think Lamia has a graveyard effect, if I remember right. You're able... No. Yeah, Lamia. Lamia's the level 1 tuner, right? Yeah. So you're able to just get so much stuff in there. And obviously, this will trigger if you synchro summon it. So, for instance, for some reason, if you synchro summon this and... Like, if you use this and, like, Pandora for synchro summon to Alexander, you'll be able to send another copy of Pandora or any other DD in your graveyard or Dark Contract from your deck to the grave. Though right now there's no real reason to send a Dark Contract to your graveyard. Yet, at least. I don't think we're getting any that will matter for being in grave, unless, like, you want to do some shenanigans with kind of, like, not so much, like, kind of, like, indirect searching, because, okay, send, like, Dark Contract with the Dark Gate, and then like your Genghis die and grab it back, but you already had a copy in there because you have to have a copy to get it. I don't get it. Like, maybe there will be a reason to send Dark Contracts to the grave eventually, but right now, not really, which kind of sucks, but oh well. I do like both effects still, just being able to refill your graveyard and stuff. Next up, we have DDD Boulder King Darius. Now, right now, we only have one level 3 DDD, or DD if I remember correctly, which if I again remember correctly is Night Howling, whom of which could, I think if I remember correctly, you can summon out another copy of Night Howling. I'm not entirely sure on that. Don't quote me on that. But however, if the anime is anything to go by, we should be getting DD Brownie, who is another level, he's a level 3 tuner. And so we should be getting him as well. And if I remember right, he has a level altering effect. So, yeah, we should be getting that guy, and then that will be able to let us make Boulder King Darius more. And there's a actually good reason why you want to make Boulder King Darius, because he is pretty good. So, he is 1900 attack, 1000 defense. Needs 2 level 3 Fiend types to go into. So, actually, theoretically, you could also make this thing an Archfiend, so like Tour Guide. Or, heck, even what was it called again? Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss can make him technically as well. So, once per turn in your first turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card and target one Dark Contract card you control. Destroy it, and if you do, draw one card. If this card destroys an opponent's monster if this card battles an opponent's monster, getting ahead of myself, during damage calculation, you can detach one Xyz material from this card. This card cannot be destroyed by that battle. Also, destroy that opponent's monster after damage calculation, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So, you can only use the first effect once per turn, but you can use the second effect twice per turn. Theoretically, even more than twice if you get more Xyz materials attached to him, but that's obviously not going to happen. So this guy is pretty useful. You're able to pop your Dark Contract after using its effect, and then just, get a free draw. You're able to protect yourself, destroy your opponent's monsters, and do burn damage. I really like this guy a lot, and honestly, so far, I don't think there's a single bad DD Xyz monster, because we have this guy, we have Caesar. Caesar's really good, though right now he's not as great until we get Lamia, which kind of sucks. I don't think we're getting Lamia until the structure deck, and I don't even know if she's in the structure deck. No, not Lamia, Lilith. And then there's Dual Donking, and then there's the rank 5, and all of them are pretty good, at least in my opinion. I mean, the rank 5 is pretty good. I think you can plop the rank 5 on top of this guy. I'm not entirely sure on that, because I know you can put him on top of Caesar, but I don't know about putting him on top of a rank 3 or lower. Anyways, so really, really good effects. I like him quite a bit. And then we are also getting another trap card, Dark Contract of the Eternal Darkness. A lot of people are actually, this card is causing a bit of a stir among the DD community, because basically this thing is basically kind of like a domain. So it's a continuous trap card. It's Dark Contract with the Eternal Darkness. While 2 DD cards are in your Pendulum Zone, your opponent cannot target monsters on the field of spell or trap card effects, spell or trap effects, nor tribute monsters on the field for tribute summons, nor use monsters on the field as fusion, synchro, or Xyz summons, like material for synchro, fusion, or Xyz summons. And then, of course, you take 1,000 damage, you'd stand by face. So, really good card. The biggest issue, though, is that the current way that DDs are played is they are not able to really get their pendulum scales set up too much. The older ways where you would focus more on your pendulum scales and just flood out with CEOs and Kaisers, that build, that older way, more OTK focused of the builds and everything, which I actually like a bit more than the standard, oh hey, I'm just going to make a brick wall for you to get through, it is more suited for this card. Especially since those builds with like Kaiser and CEO didn't typically tend to go into any EXCs. So this card is really good. I like it a lot. It can do a lot of things, and it only affects your opponent. It doesn't knock you out as doing anything. But the interesting thing is that it also prevents your opponent from using your monsters for material for Synchro Fusion or EXCs or Tribute Summons. So if you're going against Monarchs, they can't Stormforce you. Well, they can use Stormforce, but they won't be able to tribute anything. So really good trap card. I think in the current way that DDDs are being played, though, it's going to be maybe seen in the side deck, if anything. Then we have one card that I just have to talk about, okay? And honestly, I probably would not have talked about it if I had already talked about these yesterday, because I don't like talking about just one card. I don't like dedicating a whole video for one card. I feel like there's plenty of you YouTubers who do that already, and it just has always seemed like a waste of, like, time. I don't know. Just dedicating for one video for one card, because it'd literally be a 2-minute long video. Anyways, so Skydive Scorcher. If you guys don't know anything about me, know this. Elemental Hero Wingman is my favorite elemental hero. Okay, like just flat out. Okay, while Destiny Heroes are my favorite hero archetype, Elemental Hero Wingman, favorite elemental hero. He's one of the reasons why I still go back and play retro heroes from time to time. And this card is his attack signature card. I was not expecting him to get one. I'm so happy. But, yeah, we're getting a Skydive Scorcher, which is just really awesome. And it's got, like, that scene from the anime. That actually might end up being the thumbnail. I don't know. It's either going to be that or freaking Sky Magician. I can't decide. But anyways, let's... Okay, so, a normal spell card. Target one Elemental Hero Fusion monster you control. Destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible with attack higher than that monsters. Then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the highest original attack among monsters destroyed and sent to the graveyard by this effect. But if a Skyscraper field spell card is in your field spell zone, the damage inflicted to your opponent becomes equal to the combined original attack of all monsters destroyed and sent to the graveyard by this effect. Notice how this is also not once per turn, so just wanted to point that out. So, okay, target Wingman. All of my opponent's monsters with 2200 or more attack are destroyed. And then, if I don't have a Skyscraper, they take this damage equal to highest attack. It's basically if Wingman attacked every single monster. Okay? And then, if Skyscraper is on the field, it does damage equal to combined amount. Now, the really cool thing about this is that they actually give you the option of using either the original or the second version. And I hope that we might be getting a third, because that'd be pretty cool, especially if it's a better version of Skyscraper, because Skyscraper 1 is okay. It gives additional 1000 attack to any elemental hero who attacks. Really nice for the original retro heroes, because Wingman and the other original retro heroes have crappy attack power for their levels. Okay? But the second card, Skyscraper 2 Hero City, is kind of just meh. It's why do we consider to be the better of the two, but literally all it is, oh hey, an E-Hero died, bring it back. And like, yeah, that's cool and all, but if your fusions died, you can't bring them back, and your fusions are the main ones you want, generally speaking, and it's got to be by battle, it can't be by card effect, if I remember correctly. I may be wrong on this, I haven't read the card in forever, but irregardless, this card has the potential to one card OTK your opponent. Well, actually, no, it had to be a 3 card. Oh, no, I know. Poly, 2 fusion summon, like 2 fusion materials, field spell, discard. So, poly, yeah, so 5 card OTK. So, poly, fusion summon, activate Skyscraper, activate this, nuke your opponent's board, burn for game. Okay? Really, like a lot of OTK potential. Like, this is what Harpy's what was it called? Phoenix Formation should have been, okay? Because this is much easier to actually do. The biggest issue, though, with this card, most commonly played Elemental Hero Fusion monsters have 2,500 or more attack power. Okay, that's goes for Ab Zero, and Shining. Okay, those are two most common. Those are the two that you only ever see. And then whenever you do see heroes played, they're only playing masked heroes. They don't even bother with the fusions. So I don't really see this being used competitively, but good God, I can't wait to add it to my retro hero deck. And just about any other hero deck, because I will find a reason to play this card, because it is just that awesome. And I love the artwork, and Fling Wingman is still my favorite guy. Well, favorite E-hero. And that artwork, I just love it. I can't wait to see a fully colored version of it instead of just this like black and white version. So guys, and that is the video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great day. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. If you want to help me out, you will find my Amazon wish list down below, and of course down there as well you will find my Facebook, Twitter, and all that other awesome social link stuff. So guys, thank you all for watching. Have a great day. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, and see you all later. Peace out. Goodbye.